Welcome to this week's Down Home with Tina. I'm very excited because I have my first responder of the month coming up, and then I also have somebody to talk about the upcoming 4th of July celebration that will take place in Lancaster. Downtown Lancaster is where it begins, and then it always ends with fireworks over off of Mount Pleasant. We're going to hear a lot of things about that and what's happening from Dave Smith, and then I'll have just a little bit of a special message at the end of the show, as I always do, because of the 4th of July. Don't go anywhere. It's Down Home with Tina.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. It is my first responder of the month. My first responder of the month is brought to you by Bay Food Market, and I'm very excited because, of course, when it's my first responder of the month, it's the first time that they are, typically the first time, on the Down Home with Tina show. So I would like to welcome from the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office, Deputy Tabitha Stephens. So you are a school resource officer, right?
Yes.
Were you out on the, what do they say, on the streets or in the county beforehand, or is this your first go at it?
So I worked with Fairfield County in the corrections for 4 years. Then I went to patrol for a year. This is my first school year to be a school resource officer.
Okay, so when you go into the corrections, are you a full-blown with sheriff's deputy, or is that a different kind of, because I'm new to that part of it?
So they will hire you as a corrections officer and or a deputy, depending if you went to school or not.
Okay.
But I went in as a deputy.
You did? Yeah. So you had already done your school and everything.
Yes.
Did you always want to become and go into law enforcement?
I did. I lived within the community, always wanted to serve the community, and got into law enforcement.
How come? Was there somebody that you looked up to, or was it just something that you just knew was within you that you wanted to protect and help the citizens in the community?
It was just me. That I have nobody in law enforcement in my family, and just wanted to do that.
Yeah, so make a positive difference.
Yes.
Yeah, don't we all? So now how many years was that in the corrections, and then you were?
4, and then I've been with the sheriff's office for 7 years.
7 years,
Yes.
All right. So what was it like to transition from that to being out on the road and then into the school resource officer?
It was very different.
What's the jobs like? I mean,
yeah, you're working with adults, and then all of a sudden you have kids, and it's how you talk to them, and kind of just not only that, bridging that gap between law enforcement and kids, and knowing I'm not the bad guy, I'm here for you.
Yeah, I love that you say that. So school resource officer is for what grades? And
so I have a lot of schools in Pickerington the Pickerington School District. So there's the junior high is my main building, and then I have the elementaries and middle schools as well.
So the junior high consists of, is it like it was back in my day?
7th and
8th grade? Okay, it is. Okay,
yeah.
so junior high still stays at, they change things sometimes. And then you said middle school. So is middle school 5th, 6th?
4th, 5th, and 6th.
Oh, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's a little bit different.
And so you go to the different schools? How many different schools is that?
Yeah, there's I go to 6 different schools.
Okay, right now. So are you on a break from that when school's out then?
Right now, this Pickerington School District, they have summer school, and I like to help out there, being in the building with the kids. There's kids there, so.
Oh, so you do it throughout the summer as well.
Yeah.
What has been your highlight of being there and in the presence of the youth? Because it can probably be a little difficult sometimes, would you say?
It is. I mean, you have the kids that they're not going to like you because of the uniform you wear. And then you have other kids that they come to you for everything. And they, I don't know, I'm like their friend now. They're dabbing me up, you know.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Well, I recently have done a program, and I'm trying to incorporate, because so many people know the sport, I got to probably incorporate other sports in it as well to make all the kids happy. But it's like football. And I explain to them sometimes in a corrections position, just think of them as the referee, because they're really the ones that if you step out of line or you do the wrong thing, that's what it's about. It's just making sure you're on the right path of doing the right thing. It's not necessarily.
Absolutely.
So maybe it's, something like, and I also said something like, you know, there are so many different positions in football. What position do you want to be in life?
Yeah.
You know, it's like you want to be the quarterback. Everybody wants to be the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, but what if you ever throw the ball? What if you're tackled? What if you fall on your face? You know what I mean? So it's
That's
all
a good
kinds
analogy.
of different. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun with that. So, yeah. Anyways, so you were awarded or acknowledged in the Pickerington School District?
Yes,
For what?
Lakeview.
Okay.
So they basically anybody that can help within the community or groups with the schools, staff, kids, anything that somebody comes in with a positive outlook and can help out, they award that person with a friend of an educator. So I was awarded that this year. It was great.
Oh, yeah. Was it something that you had expected to get? Or even when you went into this career, was that something you ever thought about going in as a school resource officer, and then all of a sudden?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. No, I didn't know it was coming until maybe a week or two before. There's a group of people that were going to be in for the award. They didn't know who was going to get it, and they had shot me an email and said, hey, we're going to put you in this, and you may get the award. Look out for an invitation.
So you would get invited, or they'd have everybody come? Everybody get an invite, and then you would go, and then they would announce it there, or did you know in advance?
I knew in advance.
You did?
Yes.
So at least you weren't, completely surprised, and you were ready?
Yes. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go. They hold a dinner for you and all that at the school with a lot of different people, and I was unable to go to that because I was in a schooling that I had to go through, or training. So.
Yeah.
But they understood. It was great, though.
So what from here? I mean, I know that's a great award, but what are you going to continue to do now? Just keep doing school resource officer as long as you can?
For now, yes. I love it right now. I mean, it's my first year, but.
Tabitha Stephens, what can you share with parents on what maybe you see in the schools that these kids are maybe missing and such, or what they need in their life? I know I could sit here and I could say all day, certain things or whatever, but what do you suggest for them, being that you are now connecting with them the way that you are in a positive way?
Honestly, yeah, it's just that I'm here to help. I have many resources. I can help the family. I can help the kids. Nice. I'm not the bad guy. I'm here for you and your families. So
let the kids know that they can come talk to you.
Absolutely.
Like you said, sometimes there's that kids do think.
I do have kids that come to my office. They want to sit down and they want to blow some steam off.
Really?
Like, will you listen to me? And that's what I'm here for.
So listening.
So I'm a counselor, yeah.
Counselor / all kinds of hats, probably, right?
Absolutely.
Is what you wear.
Yep.
You're like a mom.
The nurse,
like
the mom. I've been called mom.
Have you really?
Yes. Yep.
That's got to be a really great feeling.
It is. Yeah.
In a law enforcement job, I would think that sometimes it is tough with some of the things that you have to experience, but doesn't that make it all worth it when you have a kid that comes to you? And
it is.
It's just that tiny little nugget some days. I don't know about you.
It's amazing. And especially those kids that they don't know really how I am, this uniform, and then like progressively over the year, they're like, hey, can I come in your office and talk to you? It's a great feeling.
Yeah. And I think that those kids that are doing that are setting an example for even the kids that are coming up in the next grade, or
yes, they see that.
Yeah, or the new kids that walk in the door, that they may see you differently, but when they see everybody else doing it. I know as I've had friends that have had kids that have ended up in trouble and things, and I just always tell a parent, love them through it no matter what, just love them through it. There's a lot of things that they're going through also at that time. I couldn't imagine being a kid this day and age.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I really couldn't.
Social media is a big thing.
Not that I was that. I have some friends who are just like, oh, thank goodness social media wasn't around because people would know so much more.
Yeah.
I was, at least I think it's safe for me to say that I wouldn't have had to have worried about it back then.
Yes.
Just like now. But it is something that it's just, do you recommend that parents just keep an eye on their kids with the social media no matter what age they are?
Absolutely. There's a lot of parents that have no idea the apps that are on their kids' phones. Always pay attention. Just be able to talk to them.
Do you face that as a school resource officer? I don't know if they have the DARE programs or anything in Pickerington. Do you face any of that kind of bullying stuff that you have to be aware of and talk to kids about, or do they have that program?
They have a program within Pickerington School District, but I do see it a lot myself. Like, kids will come up to me, hey, this is what's going on. It's on my phone. Do you want me to show you?
Oh, yeah, and parents have got to realize their kids can get in trouble for that, because even though it's deleted off, it is something that's seen there.
Absolutely.
Right. Anything else that you wanted to share with everybody today?
I don't think so. I appreciate you having me.
I thank you so very much for what you do, and keep up the positivity. Your first year, I can't imagine what the second year is going to be like for you with the kids coming in, and that's just keep on doing it.
Thank
keep doing
you.
whatever you're doing, because it's working for the kids. But I do want to give you a gift. Just a little gift card in here from Ava Jewelers. They're a supporter of the Down Home with Tina show and the First Responder of the Month. And then some little treats in there, and I don't know. Enjoy. Oh, I like to give a card because I like for you to continue to spread positivity. So joy is a choice you make each day to maybe pass on to somebody else. So
Thank you very much.
Continue the positivity.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Deputy Stephens, and folks, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. It's Down Home with Tina.
Bay Food Market is Fairfield County's source for high-quality, locally sourced meats. The meat case is always full of quality fresh beef, pork, gourmet burgers, and gourmet brats for you and your family to enjoy. Bay Food Market cures and smokes their own hams, bacon, and sausage. Visit Bay Food Market at the corner of Maple and Walnut Streets in Lancaster and discover the Bay Food Market difference. Open daily 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., closed Thursday and Sunday. Bay Food Market, proudly serving Fairfield County families for more than 90 years.
My name is Scott Duff, and I'm the director of the Fairfield County Overdose Response Team, and I'm here today to discuss Narcan. Narcan is the opioid overdose reversal medication. Narcan saves lives. We have saved countless lives in our community by providing Narcan to those with substance abuse disorders. We would very much like you to consider carrying Narcan on a regular basis. Narcan can be obtained easily in your community by reaching out to the Fairfield County Overdose Response Team at 740-901-1598.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I have got Dave Smith with me. He is the president of the Lancaster Fairfield County 4th of July celebration.
Inc.
We had to make sure that we added that in.
Yeah.
It is a big event that happens every year on the what?
4th of July.
That's right.
We
And
do
why?
it right.
That's right.
Yeah, we do it right. Except when it falls on Sunday and then we move it to Saturday, but that's a footnote.
Yeah,
It only happens every 13 years.
Yeah.
It's interesting how that does.
Yeah.
It skips over every once in a while.
We have a few years yet because it is on a Tuesday this year.
It is. Great,
So.
great day to have a parade.
Yep.
Fireworks, food to eat, kiddie rides, and seeing some of your closest and dearest friends from inches away.
For seriously, inches away.
Yeah, it's a busy day at the fair,
No, it
fairgrounds.
is.
And
It is.
I've said it before to the nice people, the Fairfield County Agricultural Society is the fairgrounds. It says Fairfield County Fairgrounds, but it's a private entity not associated directly with the county at
Right.
all. But we work with them, and they give us a very good deal for we rent the whole place. And we get it for that day and a little bit before and a little bit after. And they're very kind to us, and we appreciate that. And what a great venue to be.
Yes, absolutely.
But I've said numerous times that our one day is bigger than, and then some of their better days combined. But they certainly do pack the fairgrounds in for the whole week, and we only have a one-day event. So for a one-day event, this is a big deal.
Yeah, it is. And it begins in the morning with a parade.
Yeah.
Where?
At the fairgrounds. We've made it very simple. Parade in the morning at 10 o'clock. That's when it leaves the fairgrounds. And it goes out of the Columbus Street gates at the fairgrounds, goes downtown to Main Street, goes across Main Street in front of all those nice buildings, and then up Broad Street in front of the bandstand, and then back to the fairgrounds.
Being just a little under the week.
Yes.
When it's airs and all, is it too late for people to sign up to be in the parade? And who is allowed and eligible to be in the parade celebration?
Everybody's welcome to be in the parade, and when we say that, we always know that we'll have the fire departments, we'll have the Lancaster Band of Gold, we'll have dancers, we'll have churches, we'll have scouts, we'll have a mixture of our community. We also have commercial accounts. The commercial accounts, we charge $50 for their entry. The nonprofits and everybody else, no charge because it doesn't make sense to, and we don't have to. And so we will have cement trucks, we will have local businesses who are very proud of their companies, and it's fun for them to be in the parade, so we like that. We'll have kids on bicycles, and we have a website, and it's all words, no numbers, 4thofjulylancaster.com, very easy. We take people on the day of. It makes it a little messy because we'll put you in row 7 because there's nobody in row 7. That's an empty area. If we can't find your registration, you can't find it, we throw you in row 7.
Okay.
Row 8 is the horses, so they'll be in front of the horses. That's a good thing.
That is always a good thing.
That's a good thing.
But you do recommend folks to please reach out to one of you that is on the committee to let you know that they want to participate.
Yeah, and the website has Brad Mason is our parade chairperson. I assist him. And we want to make sure everybody's in the parade that wants to be in the parade. And yes, I'm still getting texts from my friends. Oops, we forgot about the deadline. Oops, it's not a problem. We'll take care of it.
How long have you been a part of this?
We had some very nice people in the past that perpetuated it over the decades. I came back from Minnesota when I was with Anchor Hocking in a division up in St. Paul, Minnesota. And I came back in 92 and I started with the committee in 93. So 31 years, I think, is how long I've been involved. And I've drugged some of my best friends to be on the committee.
Have you?
And we have,
Makes
we
it
have
more
a ball.
fun. I was going to
we
say,
have a ball. Yeah. And it's the way we experimented in the first 5 or 10 years, trying to figure out how do we do this? How do we do this? Where's the synergy? What are we missing from the community? What is working? What is confusing? Parade in the morning, fireworks at night, fair food, rides, music starting at 4 o'clock, entertainment, and it's simple, but it's direct.
What has been the biggest change in the 31 years that you have been involved in it?
There's a couple ways to say that. So like everybody else, there isn't one thing, there's a number of things. But I think the thing that was marked after we came in was that we gave some organization to how we do the fundraising and how we collect money from the parking. When I first did it, parking was free. Well, you got to make some money somehow to pay for the fireworks. Hamburg Fireworks, God love them.
Yes.
The best company you'd ever want to work for if you want good fireworks in your community.
Absolutely.
And there's no doubt about it. Jerry Sprague was the first guy I met on the committee. And he was the originator for Hamburg Fireworks, and he has since departed. But Ken Sprague and his sisters are the main influence of the company. And what great people. And they say it every year, this is our hometown. We're not going to mess and not have a great fireworks celebration. And so anyway, we got a little bit organized. We got better donations. We kind of looked at how the rides were working out and got a better commission off of them. We invited arts and crafts to come in. So maybe it's how we organize it and fundraise, because we have no paid employees.
Right.
All we want to do is have enough money from this year to make sure we have a good fireworks next year.
Right.
So if we make an extra $100 or $1,000 or whatever it is, Ken Sprague, we can't give them enough money to pay for it. They give us kind of a discount, but we have a 35 or 38 minute fireworks show. Nobody else has that.
And those that are on the parade, the money that for those who are paying for that also is put in it. It all goes for the
Yes.
same thing, right?
Yes.
That
Yeah.
and the parking.
Yes.
Paid for parking.
Yeah, and we have
Perfect.
the normal expenses of porta pots from
Oh,
Porta
yes.
Clean, golf
Yeah.
carts, insurance. Although we get a great deal from Clark Insurance, and they make a donation on the side too. I mean, what a great community
We
have.
really do.
Yeah.
We really do.
And
And they're
there-
great fireworks.
And there's incidentals that just that have a cost, and we have to pay for the fire and the police and the inspection and a bunch of other things. And we have a parade setup group in the morning. They're paid volunteers. I always think that's strange. They're paid volunteers, but we want these nonprofits to come in and help us, and it's the best way that we can assure that we'll have those volunteers if we give them a stipend to be there.
And you know what? You're also giving back, because if they
Yes.
are a nonprofit, I know one of them definitely, they don't have anybody that's paid on that either. They are all donating and volunteering their own time for that. So it goes back into their program. So it's really a win-win.
Oh, it churns,
Isn't it?
because
Yeah.
as those groups make their money, they can go out and do their work, and that's Group A and Group B and Group C.
Continue
And-
to help the community,
Yeah.
to better the community,
Yeah,
I think.
it's a great
awesome.
thing.
Yeah. it
And
just-
everybody on the sheet
helps.
that we thank every year, they participate at a level of service to us at a lower cost than they might for otherwise, because it is the 4th of July.
and it is a great community.
And we're a nonprofit organization, and we don't have any paid employees. And
So-
it works out really well.
I remember years ago, the fireworks used to be in the middle of the fairgrounds out there in
Right.
the track, but it's not. How many years has it been up on the?
Oh, I'll say 20
No,
years.
It's been that long.
Yeah, we talked to Jerry Sprague when Ken was just a little pup. It seems that way. And we said, what else can we do? Ron Burris is always saying, what else can we do to make this bigger? And Ron was the first to say, put a finale at the beginning and then have a bigger finale at the end, because the Spragues always said, well, we're putting a lot in the air. What do you want us to do? It's already, instead of a 20-minute show, which is typical, or 15, we're at 35, 40 minutes.
Wow.
And we put more stuff up. Anyway, so we thought, well, we tried some things off of Flat Rocks, which is North High Street. And it wasn't a good view from the fairgrounds or from the city, but we said, what about that thing standing right there?
The biggest rock now.
Yes. And so we're talking about Mount Pleasant.
That's right.
And the nice thing is it's above, it creates its own safety zone. And there's
Yes.
rules and regulations about how big a rocket, 4-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch, where can you be, and what's the safety perimeter, those orange fences that you see around the fairgrounds and or Rising Park. So they can shoot off just about anything off of Mount Pleasant.
And nobody is up there on the mountain, not supposed to be anyways
dark.
at that time,
After
after
dark.
dark. So
Yeah.
that's another big, huge safety part of it.
And the Parks Department sends their people up and around. Come on, let's go.
Yep.
Down the hill.
It's time to go.
And then the city and or the Parks Department built a better pathway up. They knew for emergencies it was good to be able to have a road-like thing, so a 4x4
Yep.
or other vehicle could get up there. Well, now we used to use football players from the high school to take the fireworks up to Mount Pleasant.
Oh man, you're not making them do it now. No,
no,
that's
it's
good
so much
workout for
easier.
them. No, I'm kidding, but yeah, it is. It is.
And Mount
have.
Pleasant, what a great stage to put off fireworks. And it's right beside the fairgrounds. I mean, if it'd been a couple miles away, Mount Pleasant wouldn't have done us any good. But
Yep.
perfect for us.
That's right. How much is it for parking, Dave?
$15 for a car.
Okay.
And then if you bring a truck with a trailer, we're going to charge you $50 because you take up so much space.
Okay.
If you bring a motorhome or a truck with a travel trailer or whatever, we're going to charge you $50 for that as well.
What time are folks allowed to get in with any of what you just said?
Uh,
Trailer with the
After the
motorhome?
parade. So let's call it 12 noon.
Okay.
Once we get the parade and the parade elements out of the fairgrounds and we get our volunteers to help take the money.
Yes, because the parade starts there, and then everybody's back in that park area. That's
and we
why
want
you
to clear
have to
that
wait.
out. And the food and the rides start at 12 noon. So
Did you get bands for the rides real quick?
No.
No bands. Okay.
No bands.
Okay.
They used to do that, and
Okay, so no bands.
They
Good,
don't do
okay.
it anymore. So about noon is when people can get in, start parking, and we'll have a little chit. If you want to come in, enjoy the rides and the food for lunch or whatever, we'll give you a chit to go back, and then you can give us that little chit, and you can get back in, no extra charge.
Oh, nice. Okay, nice.
Yep.
Very nice. Anything else that we have not covered today that is most important? Because people do set up their chairs. Do you recommend that? That's for the parade part of it. What time in the morning usually, just to,
Oh.
or when will the roads be
closed
blocked
off.
off. Yeah,
They
closed
start
off.
at 10 o'clock right out of the fairground, so
Okay.
the streets get closed off incrementally, and then they open up incrementally. I would caution people, if you bring a canopy to the parking area, 8
Okay.
by
Yes.
10, we're going to charge you for that unless you go into a specified area that's free.
For seating. Yeah.
Otherwise, people want to put them up in the parking lot, and we
yeah,
don't
yeah.
let you do that until the cars are parked around you,
Yeah.
and they don't want to wait. So we say, take your tents over there. But we have people, it's a caution, too many tents in the parking lot make it a problem for the drivers of the other cars who come in later, and or the kids who may not be watching.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Follow you all on Facebook
Yes,
or what?
we have
Website?
Facebook and
the
website, and that should do it.
All the fun social stuff. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you so much for
Oh,
taking the
my
time
pleasure.
to be with me.
Yep.
Folks, enjoy your 4th of July. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. It's Downhill with Tina.
We want everyone to feel comfortable and safe, that you pick up that phone, you make that phone call, and let us just guide you and lead you where you want. And then you can make an informed decision about what's best for you and your family.
Downhill with Tina is brought to you by these amazing sponsors. If you would like to be a sponsor of the Downhill with Tina show, all you need to do is just send me an email at downhillwithtina@gmail.com. Also, you can send me a message and through Facebook and things like that, and I'll get back with you. Folks, it is the 4th of July weekend coming up here, and I love the 4th of July. It's always a great time to get together with family and friends, and I think that it is so important because, as you all know, a lot of you do anyways, I lost my dad at the end of the year, and so it's the first holidays of all holidays this year without him, and with Father's Day just taking place about a week and a half ago. That was a tough one. So I think of all of those of you out there that have lost loved ones, whether it's a father, it is anybody in your life. The holidays of the first ones that you're going to face are the toughest. So I find it very important to take the time, no matter what, to spend with your loved ones, because you never know what tomorrow will bring. So just make those memories and document it and just spend time, even if it's just a phone call, if it's somebody that's out of town. Let them know that you're thinking of them and that you love them, most importantly. And with that being said, something that I have been doing is working on a project. I've been doing some things with some kids and trying to bring positivity to them. And if you have somebody that you have in your life that is going through a tough time, whether it is a child or a family member or something, love them through it. That's the best advice that I can give you. One of the number one things that I also encourage anybody of any type, mom, dad, grandparents, whatever, something that I incorporated for my children was to sit at the dinner table. Have dinner at the dinner table, even if it's a little table, even if it's outside. It doesn't matter. Sit down as a family, because you're forced to talk and have conversation. I really think that makes a big difference when your kids are a little bit older. But I was talking about the positive messages and things like that. I would like for you to share a positive message as much as you can with your kiddos, family members, because not only does it do great things for you, it also helps them out as well. Bring a little light wherever you can. That's my PQ for you this week. I hope you have a great week. Happy 4th of July. God bless and good day.